Are you growing a $50 tomato or 50 tomatoes for under $1? I've got a tomato hack for you. It's a gorgeous day, it's warm. I don't think the soil temperature is quite warm enough to put watermelons or peanuts in yet, but we got some tomatoes. I need to get them in the ground. This is a pretty simple concept, economies of scale. And what exactly does that mean? Squeeze as many plants that produce food into the smallest area possible with the least input. Yeah, I know, it's a simple concept. It's what we're doing here in the deep mulch. Under this trellis, since we're gonna string trellis these tomatoes, I'm gonna plant them this close. We're gonna prune the bottom leaves, they're gonna keep growing up, and they're gonna keep producing tomatoes. I'm gonna get 50 tomatoes for just a little bit of nothing, where you have one tomato and you tend it and you fertilize it, you're gonna have a $50 tomato. So let's go ahead and get some of these in the ground. There's a couple techniques, there's a couple processes we use to plant tomatoes that really seem to help us out. In anticipation of this, I went ahead and strengthened this wire. I mean, you can't even really see it, but you can walk underneath it. We've lined up underneath the wire. Now we're gonna pull the mulch back and we're gonna plant like normal. Now, since I know exactly where I want these, I'm just gonna go ahead and here, we're just gonna pull it up back to get them in the ground. There's one. There's two. All we do, just dig a hole big enough to accommodate the roots. And with the tomato, we're gonna dig it a little deeper. Remember, this entire stem will root. The little hairs on here don't root, but there's little bumps right along the stem that produces the extra roots. Now, you really don't even have to trellis a tomato. If it falls over on the ground, it'll continue to root across the ground, and you can actually get some pretty good tomatoes by doing absolutely nothing to your tomato. Now, we take these bottom leaves. Since you don't want the leaves touching the ground, I always pinch off these bottom leaves. And that leaves a nice little stem, and we got some really good new growth right there. And I just put that down deep. Go back up in on that stem. Before we mulch around here, economy of scale, we're gonna companion plant. Might be a little too early to put peanuts in. We did this the last couple years, and I really am happy with how it turned out. So I'm gonna put one peanut, just about a half a thumb's depth, all the way around. There's four. And we're only gonna plant a few right here in this line. If it is too cold, then we'll replant. But I am taking the chance that we're in good stead right now. Now really, see we got a little brown on that leaf? You want that out of there anyhow. You just pinch that off. You just drop these back on the mulch, becomes part of that food web. And there you are, you're ready to plant. Just as soon as these start getting a little size to them, we'll go ahead and run some strings down and I'll show you how to trellis them. Now along this side of the fence, in the evening, these trees kind of start shading this out. We're gonna go ahead and plant some peppers across here. You know, you think peppers, you think hot. They do need 6 hours or better of sun, but they don't like it really, really hot, and they do like a little shade. We've done really well along this side. Let's go ahead and put some jalapenos in. Let's go ahead and get these in the ground. Now I want to leave enough room so that they can go ahead and grow really well. And we can do these just like tomatoes. The entire stem will root, but these are small enough. I'm not going to prune them up too much. But we want to get them in the ground before they really start flowering. If they start flowering, it's a good idea to take those little flowers off. These are getting kind of tight in the cells. They do need to go in the ground. And those roots right at the top start hooking together. But I am going to go ahead and pinch those bottom leaves off. Get her in the ground. Just snug that down. I'm not going to put any peanuts around these. I don't know how that's going to work. We are going to mulch heavy. But with your peppers, you may want to use some kind of ring or stake as they get a little bigger, just to give them some support. It's amazing how big they get. And since these are perennials, and we're in an annual area, we don't really let them get to their full potential. All right, let's get these in the ground. Since the entire stem will root, you don't have to worry about where the crown was. We should be good to go. While we're at it, let's get some Anheims in the ground. It looks like we pruned up that grape just in the nick of time. And you know, we overwintered these chives. Really good companion plant for your peppers. We had hot peppers right next to it. Well, let's go ahead and get these Anheims in the ground. Oh, geez. This soil is just amazing. It just goes down 6 inches. Easy, right on in. This is some of the older part of the garden, but you can still squeeze that. It comes together, then it just breaks apart. That is just wonderful soil. And it's all due to the life that's in here, promoted by the deep mulch on top. Well, that's enough about that. Let's get these peppers in. These ones, a little bigger than the last ones, the jalapenos, but they didn't grow together on the top as that much. But they've been pinched once, and you can see right here, they're already starting to branch out. That's a little low for what I want. I'm going to take those off, and it's already branching out here. That down in there, snug it in, soil all the way around. We're good to go. Now if you can see right here where the leaf meets the stem, they're going to go ahead and make more stems, and this is going to be a nice bushy plant. But I want to bury it a little deeper than these bottom leaves, so I'm going to go ahead and pinch those off along with that little sucker. All right, that puts us a really good depth. Snug that in, get a little more soil in around it. We'll go ahead and mulch these as we go, save us a little time. They don't always grow the way you want them to, but this is branching out. I'm going to give this a chance. We'll see whether or not it grows. I don't know if something took the top off of it or it just didn't germinate right. But for the same reason, I have a hard time thinning out. I have a hard time just tossing it away because it is alive. It probably won't make it. It was right here next to the chives, which is a good companion. We'll see. These other two look like they did okay. We'll get them in the ground. Oh, we got a couple more tomatoes to go in. Planting's in full swing. I try to keep the leaves and the mulch out of the holes. Same reason I don't want to till it in. It takes nitrogen to break that down. And we need the nitrogen to go to the plants. We actually need the nitrogen to go to the life, which then is eaten by other life, which makes a plant available, and that's how that cycle goes. Point is, I try to keep the mulch out of the holes. Well, let's head over here and plant some more tomatoes. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We've got corn. We've got corn up. It doesn't take very long and things start germinating. All right, let's look under this cardboard. Nope, not yet. I still wouldn't think so, but it's still good and moist under there. Like with the other ones, we've got a trellis right here, and I did go ahead and put a marigold here as a companion, knowing we're going to plant tomatoes here. There you go. Peanuts, peppers, and tomatoes, zone 7. Corn is sprouted. We're on our way. Nothing yet under the carrots, but we only put them in a couple days ago. What do you expect? I know what I expect. I expect this thing to be lush and green and to be harvesting 50 tomatoes per dollar instead of a $50 tomato. You can do this too. Remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.